Everybody, and welcome to Curtis's Podcast Network. I'm the host of the channel. My name is Curtis Brown, and you are watching this AFC South show number 122, a Week 10 preview of all the AFC South games going on this weekend. So, if you're a Texans, Titans, Colts, or a Jags fan, you've come to the right place. I, of course, am the Texans fan on the channel. With me, as always, Isaiah Michelli, our resident Jaguars fan, soon to be mayor of Duval County.
Call me Calais.
With me, as always, Blake Bellamy, our resident Titans fan, who is, just doing dad things. That's all he's doing. He's just doing dad things and teaching kids.
Yeah, just so many children every day.
You're basically doing the same job, whether you're at home or at work.
Yeah, my seniors, they cuss a lot more than my 4-month-old, though.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That'd be a kind of a problem.
Yeah, we were playing dodgeball today, so I got to hit a lot of my children, so that was nice.
That is nice. It's good. It's good stress reliever.
Yeah.
And then with us, filling in as the Colts guy, Alex Boyajian of the Chaotically Intolerant podcast. You should visit chaoticallyintolerant.com and check out all the stuff they do. We just put out a blog together the other day for our mid-season awards, and you should do everything in your power to go check that out. We had it linked in the comments section of the previous video, so go check that out. Alex, what's up, brother?
Everyone go leave a comment on that blog. Talk about talk about your favorite award, I guess.
Real hot take.
Get a little unique with it. Bonehead Coach of the Year. I felt like it was perfect with Sean Payton's words from a few weeks ago, saying it was a boneheaded decision to. I don't know. He's made a lot of boneheaded decisions this year, so
it's true. It's true. Well, trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel. We're currently at 374. I'd like to see those numbers pumped up. So if you could help us on that journey, that'd be great. Go ahead and hit the notification bell if you are a new subscriber so you don't miss any new content. And we're trying to get a 25 like goal. We haven't hit it yet since I've been issuing them, but I'm being persistent. It's going to happen. Just hit the thing. Hit it. Push the button.
Very easy. Just
literally right now.
Like you're sitting here watching this right now. Hit the button. Do the thing.
Yeah.
But with that, let's go ahead and get into it. We're starting off with the cellar dwellers, the Tennessee Titans, sitting at 3-5 after their loss on Thursday Night Football, looking to right the ship a little bit, so to speak, against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I guess that's kind of a pun or ironic, maybe. I don't know. But the Bucs are favored by 1 point, and the over-under is 39.5 points. Blake, take it away.
Yeah, they're favored for a reason. They're going to win this game. I've been picking against Titans basically all year because, they just don't win away games. There's another away game. They're not even a great opponent. It's a Baker Mayfield-led team. I think Rashard White's a really good running back. The key matchup that's going to just really – it could really be bad for the Titans is Mike Evans versus Christian Fulton. That could be really dangerous. I mean, Mike Evans, people were doubting him a lot coming into the season, but he's really, besides Tom Brady, he's never really had a quarterback, and he puts up Hall of Fame numbers. Like, he better be in Canton by the time he hangs it up. And he's very known for just popping off for like 250 yards, 4 touchdowns. And I wouldn't be shocked if that happens on Sunday because Christian Fulton, he's been playing better lately, I guess. Not letting up 4 touchdowns a game is better, but yeah, that's going to be really bad. If you have Mike Evans in fantasy, start him, unless you're playing me. The Titans offense is just – I like Will Levis a lot. He didn't have, eye-popping numbers last week, but I think he was, 5th in yardage, which does say something. We just couldn't get into the end zone. He threw 1 pick at the end. Yeah, it was a bad read, but honestly, that last drive was the worst play calling I've seen since Todd Downing was offensive coordinator. They just kept taking the ball out of his hands every time he was hot. And they weren't even giving the ball to Derrick Henry. They're giving it to Tajay Spears. And it was so frustrating. I don't see the Titans play calling getting a ton better. And this team doesn't seem like they really want to play for Vrabel. There's been a lot of talk about him going to New England for a first-round pick or something. I'd entertain it. He just doesn't seem like a coach that wants to be there. And I don't think the players want to play for him. The offense is in disarray. The offensive line is completely injured. I did see that Hubbard might come back at right tackle, so Willis may not die on Sunday. I am concerned about Sean Murphy-Bunting being hurt because he could definitely help cover Mike Evans whenever Christian Fulton does ultimately get torched. But this man's playing with a injured thumb, and unless he's not practicing and he didn't finish the last game, like I don't understand why a thumb's keeping him out. It's not like he needs it to catch footballs. He drops everything anyway. Titans have 2 interceptions all season. 46 other players have that or more in the NFL this year, and it's a complete embarrassment. They need to just wrap that up. Unless like a wild pit bull bit his finger off, which it didn't. He should be playing, but it looks like he's going to be ruled out. I don't know what the score is going to be. I think probably Titans are going to be down. Titans might score 20, but I doubt it. It's the Titans. I'm going to say 16-28 Tampa. I think the only thing that does help the Titans potentially, especially Will Levis, is if Carlton Davis does not, or if he does play. He let up, 3 touchdowns last week?
Yeah, he got toasted.
Yeah, he was terrible. And that man's got a toe injury. It's like, dude, you have 10 toes. One of them is preventing you from playing. Like, again, these players are getting soft, dude. This man's making millions of dollars. He needs to play. If I'm a Bucs fan, I probably wouldn't want him to play. He should be playing just because he's a pro athlete. I hope he plays because Will Levis should expose him because that man's got a deep ball and it's absolutely beautiful. I think Will Levis, I'm really in this game. I'm just looking for Will Levis to make good reads, take care of the football, and play quarterback because it's the Titans. We might have found a franchise quarterback. We'll hit the reset button in February because we're not going to make the playoffs or anything anyway. So, yeah, I think the Bucs are going to win this game single-handedly. So I'm putting my money on the Bucs this game.
Okay. Isaiah, do you have a response to that right now? I'm going to go do the chicken.
Oh, I am now in charge. All right, boys. So D&D. No, I'm kidding.
Texans suck, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
I hate CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I think I chose the Bucs to win that game. I'm pretty sure I did.
It'd be a smart choice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Baker Mayfield's that good. He always does this. He goes to a new team. He plays 1 good game, 2 good games, and then people are like, "Oh, Baker Mayfield, franchise quarterback," and then he starts losing over and over again because he's bad at football. But you guys' secondary is, it's just not good. And they've got, because they've got Chris Godwin is healthy, Evans is healthy,
Otten's healthy, Rashad White,
all of their players, they've got weapons. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see the Titans winning this one. I mean, the one way they can win is by getting pressure on Baker Mayfield and getting him moving around and getting him on the ground. It could potentially be either a shootout like last week, or it might be a low scoring contest. I think I still need to see more out of Levis. I think he can be good. And even before the draft, I said I think he was probably 2nd or 3rd best in the draft. But it's definitely going to be kind of interesting to see him develop and see how Tennessee can build around him. And then also the Mike Vrabel situation, how that's kind of devolving. Speaking of which, I'm making an early prediction. Byron Leftwich, head coach of the Tennessee Titans next season.
Does he have a job right now?
I think he's an O coordinator somewhere still.
I thought he was in Tampa.
I thought he went back to Tampa, actually. Yeah.
Well, did he go back to Tampa? Because I know he got fired at one point.
I don't. Yeah. Well, he left to pursue head coaching jobs, and then we didn't hire him because he was wanting all this extra stuff, and then just making an early prediction. So we'll see. It probably won't come true, but it'd be hilarious if it did. So we'll see.
What was the prediction?
Unemployed right now.
Yeah,
he is unemployed. I said Byron Leftwich would be the head coach of the Tennessee Titans next year.
I'd buy it.
No.
Him and Rand Carthen. I can see it.
No, that's not going to happen.
Do you have a score prediction?
Bucks, I'd say Bucks 21, Titans 14. I don't see it getting too out of hand, personally.
Yeah, I think it could get real bad. I think Titans have a little chance. Yeah, I think Titans have probably a 20% chance of winning.
I think if you let Baker really just rip it this week, I mean, it could really become a problem if he's just somewhat accurate. I mean, if he's just all over the place, though, this could be a game. Titans just look uninspired
No,
more
they
than
don't
anything,
good.
I think.
Literally
They don't
nobody's
care.
playing well.
Yeah.
There was, I think it was Blake was talking about a toe injury for Carlton Davis.
Yeah.
Famous person that has a series of toe injuries. So Deion Sanders is currently in the process of losing a couple of his toes.
I was losing more.
Yes. He had surgery before the season started. And if you ever noticed during the Colorado games, occasionally he has to sit down for long periods of time.
Yep.
It's because his feet have such poor circulation because he played through turf toe.
Yeah, and that man is right now is still with no toes better than Christian Fulton and Trey. Like, I don't even know why you brought that up because he's still better than
something that isn't even mentioned about him. He was one of the worst tacklers like ever. My God, have you seen him try to tackle anybody?
Business decisions.
Yeah, just business decisions all the time.
Dude, Deion,
crazy.
Oh yeah,
that's what you call it when you lead the league in interceptions. You just call it business decisions.
Gotta be
I didn't have to. My boys had me.
Exactly.
I was just there to slow them down, you know.
Alex, do you have a score prediction and maybe a take on this game?
I think I said all that really needs to be said about it. They just look uninspired right now. I mean, this tear the whole damn thing down. I hope the best for Will Levis, even though, you know, he's a rival, but I like the kid. I was rooting for him out of college. I would say, I think if it really gets out of hand, be 32-17 Bucks. I feel like it can't be much worse than that.
And it's safe to say Titans aren't going to score 20 or more. So
yeah, I don't think they'll put up 20 or more.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's the only reason why we're not 0-7.
And he's got to make some business decisions now. He has a future.
Yeah, he's spitting different distance from being first in the NFL rushing though. And he's only like 30 yards back. Yeah, I mean he's having a dominant season. Titans just suck.
Yeah, I mean Derrick Henry's definitely not the problem, but
Vita Vea, ETN's back because we had a bye week. No.
Yeah, Vita Vea though for the Bucks he's
damn good.
He's damn good, and he's playing crazy hot right now.
Yeah, he's injured, but he'll play.
Oh, of course he'll play. That man is 375 pounds and 6'5".
Yeah,
ain't no way that man is missing this game. I literally saw him swallow Devin Singletary whole.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he does to every Titans offensive lineman outside Skoronski because I think he's the only one that's healthy. Yeah. And even in the Titans in that last game, every player got injured. Yeah. On the offensive line, it was.
Look, if Levis can get any sort of time, and C.J. Stroud last week against the Buccaneers was able not only to just get time, he had 11 plays of 2.5 seconds or more in pass pro.
Yeah, I hope we get that.
So if you can get that, you'll be able to dice these dudes up. They are a stingy bunch, and if Todd Bowles doesn't respect your quarterback, he's just going to blitz you. And if Will Levis can respond well to the blitz, he'll stop blitzing and he'll only rush 3 or 4. And they're still going to be able to dice him up. Like Dalton Schultz, Tank Dell, and Noah Brown were 3 of the top 5 receivers last week in terms of yardage. There's definitely a shot.
Yeah, Stroud put up one of the greatest performances in quarterback history. That was amazing.
For a rookie, absolutely.
Even for anybody, I think that was one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the situation, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's 470 yards, 5 touchdowns. No, I mean, that guy, I think he has like 14 touchdowns and 1 interception all year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
more than Kenny Pickett in his career.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett's garbage.
It's true. But I think the Titans have just enough available to them to be able to sneak out a win in Buccaneer land. And here's why. The Buccaneers are hurting just the same way that the Texans are right now. Maybe not quite to the umpteenth degree, but still hurting. And I think the Titans will be able to throw the ball with Will Levis to DeAndre Hopkins all day. And I think it's just going to be a game of who can score the most points. So I'm definitely going over. I'm going with Tennessee 34-27. to
34 points from the Tennessee Titans.
You
Not
gotta end the streak at some point. It's gotta end sometime.
Well, to be fair, you said football. This is going to be a game of scoring the most points.
Yeah,
that's every game. So
I mean, yes,
that is the goal. So
that is the goal. But I mean, like it's going to be whoever has the ball last scores.
That's a Booger McFarland thing right there. They won the game because they scored more points than the other team.
That is like McFarland shit.
The hot take.
Oh, well. 34-30.
Titans haven't scored that many points since the Obama administration. It's been a long time. A long time.
At least since 2021.
Yeah, that's sad.
Is that a real stat? They haven't scored 30 since 2021.
They didn't score 30 points at all last season, and they have yet to do it this season.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a real stat.
Yeah, so always bet the under if you're playing against the Titans.
Oh boy, that's yeah.
Yeah, Titans have no offense. And we got basically Todd Downing extra as our offensive coordinator now, but no offensive line.
Oh man.
Todd
well, let's shift gears to the international game this week. The Colts are playing an away game in another country, Frankfurt. Was it Germany, right?
Yeah.
The Colts are 2.5-point favorites against the struggling New England Patriots. And we both wrote scathing reviews about the New England Patriots.
I was a little softer with Bill Belichick.
I was not.
I know.
I took the gloves off. But anyway, this is not your typical Patriots team. Their defense is basically the only reason they've won 2 games. But for stretches at a time, they've been non-existent.
Yeah.
So Colts 2.5-point favorite. The over/under is 42.5. Alex, take it away, bro.
Well, first off, too many international games.
Yeah, they're terrible.
I don't care about the international games. I'm going to say it sounds extremely xenophobic. I literally don't care about other countries when it comes to the NFL. This is our game, you know. This is our game. First. Keep it in America, all right? Put it in fucking Hawaii before we go to Germany or wherever else. Put one in Hawaii. I mean, or Alaska. I know Alaska doesn't have any stadiums, but whatever. I would rather still see it in Alaska with 2,000 people there versus in Germany. You know, I mean, I think they're actually enjoying the games. I've heard from other people. I know people who've been over there, and they said they love it over there. They enjoy it. So I don't want to hear any sort of Brit or German talking shit about American football because they think that soccer is better when make your goals worth more. It'll probably be more exciting. If goals were worth 10 points and you'd have a 30-10 game, that'd just be so much more fun. That's very American. In the actual beef of the game, I'm just pissed off. I got to wake up at 9:30 on a Sunday. Part of me, it's kind of difficult with the Patriots being this bad because the logo first tricks you because we've had that logo being so good for the last 20 years. They've been in their good games. I almost feel like they're better. I feel like their record is actually worse than what this team has been. I mean, they beat the Bills. Did they beat the Jets? They always beat the Jets. Yeah, they beat the Jets. But there's been some games they were in, both of them with Miami. So they could be 4-5 right now if you really think about it. The Colts could actually just make the Patriots leave Bill Belichick in Germany. Apparently, that's what the Boston Globe reported. They're thinking if they lose to the Colts, they'll fire Belichick. I mean, I get it, but you know, I don't know. He's still the smart. I still think he's the smartest coach you could have. So. Bird in the hand, 2 in the bush. You know, maybe it's been 20-something years. It's just time to move on. I get that. But I would say give him a respectful outing. You know, you're already 2-7. And if you lose this game, you're 2-8. Why doesn't he just go out at the end of the season? You have a press conference for him. We love you, Bill. Send him on his merry way. He can go coach the Commanders, like everyone's saying. Colts-wise, well, I'll go over the injury report, I guess. So Juju Brents did not practice yesterday. There's nothing on Thursday yet. Josh Downs didn't practice yesterday. Zaire Franklin did not practice. Andrew Ogletree did not practice. I'd be shocked if Josh Downs plays. He was hurt 2 weeks ago. He came back this week for like almost no reason and hurt his knee again. I hope they sit him. There's no reason to risk injury with him. Zaire Franklin, I'm really not sure. He looked a little iffy. He wasn't, obviously he didn't play last week. He looked a little iffy a couple weeks ago, which was against New Orleans, I think. The injury didn't look great. Juju Brents, we really need a cornerback at this point. This Patriots team is not very good, but it would be really nice to have a good cornerback. So when we get him back, that'll be big. Tony Brown, Tony Brown got cooked against New Orleans. He's a human being, so I feel for the guy, but just keep him in special teams. I don't want to see him on defense, but he was a limited participant. And then Braden Smith, full participant on Wednesday, so I'd assume he's going to play. I always pick against the Colts. I will never pick them to win ever because I just know how my karma is. They'll lose no matter what. I would rather lose my pick and the Colts win, but if I pick them to win, I'd be 4-5. So I have a winning record right now. I think this is gonna be a lot closer of a game. I think the Belichick thing is still a major factor with the Colts. I think just the intimidation factor of Bill Belichick is a major aspect to the game. It's going to be a close game. They're not going to score a lot of points, though. We've scored 20 points in every single game. Last week, we were dead against Carolina. The offense only scored 13 points. I would expect us maybe like a 20-17 game. The Pats defense is going to keep them in this, I would assume. And then Bernard Raymond also has, I think, 27 family members coming to this game. Jeez. He's from Austria, if I'm certain. And they haven't been able to see any of his games so far in the States. So they'll be coming to Germany, and he'll be playing hard for them. So expect him to at least dominate his part of the game. I really want to see Minshew rip it again. I just want to sit. It doesn't matter, To me, this season is a loss. If we just let Minshew rip it and we win a bunch of games down the stretch, that's awesome. But, yeah. We could also let Taylor run the ball. I don't really want to see Jonathan Taylor risk an injury in a year that your big starting quarterback isn't even playing. You're 4-5. Maybe you could go into the bye at 5-5. But again, you're not winning the Super Bowl. At this point, I've thought on it. I'd rather have the higher draft pick. It's fun to watch the Colts, and I'm not going to root against them, but I'd like them to just let it rip and play fun football. Just be fun. That's important.
So 20-17 Colts.
Ugh. I guess, yeah. I'll give my realistic prediction. The Patriots are just so bad. They've been so bad. So,
yeah,
I guess. But they play close games. They games.
They do. Isaiah?
I don't think Minshew's going to rip anything besides like a ligament or something. He has his games. He might, I don't know. It just depends on if that O-line gives him some time, because normally that's, he can make stuff happen when he has time. Taylor, there's kind of a chance of him getting injured on every game, considering he's been injured like the past 3 seasons. It's just I really like seeing him run hard. I like Taylor a lot. I always have. He's a good dude and he's a good running back. Zach Moss is a good compliment to him, because it makes it to where he doesn't have to carry 20 to 30 times a game. So I think if those two can put in some work and give Minshew, to where they're not expecting throw first, just sit back and pick Minshew off. I think if Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor can get something going, and a little dynamic duo action there, I think they could really have something. But again, it just depends on what O-line shows up, because sometimes the Colts O-line, especially early in the season, looked absolutely phenomenal, and there's been some times where they've let some pressure get back there, and they kind of were practicing all off season with a guy who could snap a wrinkle and run 40 yards in 2 seconds, and now they're playing with a guy who could run 40 yards in like a 5.6 flat. It's
Well, we're horrible against the blitz. It's almost like Shane Steichen doesn't understand that the running back needs to drop back and pick up a blocker, because I've seen so many untouched guys running back there. It's like, dude, just make sure to keep your running back there. That's more important.
What week did we play our second game? Was it week 4, week 5?
6.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because it actually just reminded me, like, the Colts offense is just so predictable, and it sucks to say that, but like literally, like we in week 1, y'all got us on an under center play where it was a fake handoff, and then I believe that he rolled out right a little bit and threw the ball downfield, and like in week 6, Josh Allen got a sack on that exact same play. He's like they got us with it in week 1. I was watching film; they do it every game. Yeah. That's it. And he goes, they only line up like that formation exactly whenever they're going to do that play, and sure enough, ran straight back there and sacked Minshew immediately. And it's like, you shouldn't be able to do that 5 weeks later and say, every game we've watched them do that. Yeah. So I think that Steichen needs to like go all in on calling plays, or he needs to just let somebody else take over. And even if they say that they're letting somebody else take over, I'm sure it's like the Jaguars. If they don't like it, he's gonna interject and say, no, I want to run this. But
yeah, well, that's I think that's what Frank Reich did too towards the
end. So I mean, we'll see what Colts team shows up, because they have looked good in a couple of games this year, and their front seven is still stout. Is Franklin back? I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you mentioned that.
There's no designation yet.
Questionable still.
Didn't practice on Wednesday.
Okay.
There's nothing. Nothing's can't come out about today yet.
Yeah.
Usually it comes out. I don't know why it hasn't come out yet.
Alubi looked decent, in that game. Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't play bad. So I mean, you're probably still in safe hands with him. But if Franklin comes back, I could definitely see the Colts taking this one. I did choose them to win because New England's bad at football. If I had to give a prediction, I'd say Colts 21, Patriots 10. I don't like their offense. They suck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. So Colts ruled out Juju Brunson, Drew Ogletree for Germany. Franklin returned on a limited basis. There was nothing yet. And then Alec Pierce was added, but I love Alec Pierce. He's been just useless all year. I mean, he's been useless. And when I said, like, I hope, I want them to let it rip, I hope Steichen encourages Minshew to just call plays like it doesn't matter at this point. I know what they're going to do. They're going to do the same predictable shit, but I would just hope they make it fun and just throw it deep. Yeah, don't do that shit. Run more play action. Like, maybe not do the same exact rollout, but run more play action. I love to see the dual running backfield and then Minshew right in the middle there. I'd love to see something like that. Just get creative, because like it doesn't matter, At least show like Colts fans, hey, we got something here. And that'll give Chris Ballard another year if like they at least show some offensive firepower.
Yeah. B squared.
Minshew, man, you guys know how much I love Gardner Minshew. I don't
know why.
I think him going to Germany, like I also like Alex. I'm gonna parrot what you said, man. These international games are terrible. I can't remember what football player came out and said like I have to like it's a lot on us. Like we have to like make arrangements at home and like. It's a lot, and like they don't care about our sports anyway. You watch these games, you see jerseys from every team there. People are wearing Kobe Bryant 8 jerseys. It's like, it's just like I don't know. It's just not fun to watch. And also, yeah, we have to get up 8:30 here in Nashville, so it's just like it just sucks. Like nobody's trying to drink whiskey at 8:30 in the morning. Like it's just not right. But with the game, Minshew, I think. Him playing in Germany brings a whole other ball game. I think we're going to see Minshew mania abroad because this man's probably going to show up drunk. We're playing in Frankfurt, so he's probably going to have like 3 or 4 beers. Probably got a couple Zins. He probably has a Zin up top and a Zin up bottom. And I think these dudes just be slinging it. I have the Colts winning this game because they're playing the worst team in the NFL. I don't care what anyone says. Patriots suck. Bill Belichick's trash. Everywhere that Tom Brady go, like everyone like has been away from Tom Brady. They all suck. Every coach that's been around Tom Brady's terrible. Tom Brady was the reason why they won 57 Super Bowls.
Bill O'Brien, he was a good head coach.
Yeah, I don't care
Horrible
about Bill
GM.
O'Brien.
Horrible
That offense is terrible. Yeah, you're right though. Bill O'Brien was probably the best one. Terrible GM though. I know Texans fans hate that man.
Yep.
I'm just glad they got rid of D Hop. So I'll always love Bill O'Brien for that one. But yeah, I got 24-7. The Patriots can't score any points. Mac Jones is just
Awful.
Bad at football.
yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. He's so bad. Like, it's not even that he's like a train wreck. Like, it's just like he makes the wrong reads. He underthrows things, overthrows things. He just misses everything. Like, he's just like he does not know how to play football. He's like a bad high school quarterback that just fell upwards.
I'm semi-confident I could do just as good as he could, honestly,
that's what I'm
at this
saying.
point.
Like, he's just like, I don't know what anyone saw with him in Alabama. I know so many Alabama fans just living in Tennessee, which is sad to say. But like, even then, like, they're like, he's not good. Like, that whole roster was stacked. It's just bad. NFL GMs need to stay away from Alabama quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts, he'd probably been doomed if he didn't go to Oklahoma. But Patriots, they suck all sides of the ball. There's really nothing good to say about them. Colts, I expect Alec Pierce. So I'm glad you also brought that up too. Alec Pierce, I think this would be a game for him to like be like, hey, remember me, guys. I'm second round draft pick. With Downs being out, which Downs is clearly the favorite over there over Pierce. It's not even close because Downs is so great. But with him being out, looks like I really expect for Alec Pierce to carve out some role, maybe like 5 catches, like 72 yards, like something like that, which I think that would be pretty good for him. But I want to see Minshew get a rush touchdown, a pass touchdown. I'm so confident in the Colts this week. I'm starting him in one of my leagues. I picked up Gardner Minshew in a league where I'm not doing great in. But I was like, hey, this dude's upside. This dude could put up 30 fantasy points just because this dude's probably going to show up to work drunk. And I trust drunk.
Somebody's got to put a bet on him having 2 rush touchdowns like a few weeks ago. It would have like paid the mortgage or something if it hit. And it hit.
It might hit
like
again. It might hit again. I'm going to wake
ago?
up in the morning, drink my coffee, and watch Minshew put up hopefully 56 points. I want to see him lighten up. I love Minshew, man. I just want to keep seeing him succeed and be in the NFL for 15 years because I love that man. I need a Minshew jersey.
I had Stroud starting in 3 of my leagues last weekend because Trevor Lawrence is on a bye week, and I've got two quarterback leagues where I have Stroud and Lawrence in both of them, and it's been nice.
I had Stroud as a backup to Patrick Mahomes last week, and he's sitting on my bench, and I about killed myself.
Ooh.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, he dropped 56 for me in my league.
Yeah, Mahomes, I think he quit playing football. Like, I think he forgot how to play. So I think I'm going to roll with Stroud QB1 for the rest of the year.
Feel that. For the Colts, for me, I'm going 27-13 over the Patriots. I think this is a prototypical get-right game. This is a game where you go in, you get a lead early, and then you just run the damn clock out. It's not going to be pretty for all those Frankfurt, I don't want to call them fans, but people in attendance. It could be very boring, but I do think that the Colts definitely have more than enough to take down these Patriots and potentially send Bill packing back to the Death Star. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it'd be nice to see Alec Pierce do something. Jeff was really hyped about Alec Pierce.
I was too, but then the Colts drafted him.
I was happy when the Colts drafted him because I knew he'd suck. But
hell, he saved Frank Reich's job last year against the Jags.
Yeah,
I want Jacksonville to fucking go sign Zach Kuntz. I don't think he's on our team right now. That kid out of like Old Dominion or whatever, he was like 6'7", ran like a 4.4, and had a 43-inch vertical.
That's what gets me about the Colts have like 2 tight ends that are like former basketball players. I don't know why you're not just throwing
Jelani Woods doesn't get he's fast and tall. He doesn't get a lot of targets.
I forgot that man existed. He hasn't done anything. I was so high on him coming out of the draft. Nothing.
It makes no sense to me. If you're inside the 15, why are you not just throwing it up to Jelani Woods?
He's what, 6'6", 6'5"?
I think he's 6'7", isn't he?
He's fucking tall.
He's really big and super athletic. Yeah, Jelani Woods, like, it's shocking he's not an all-pro tight end already.
He's 6'7". Yeah, he's not being used right, and it like his career is being wasted. Bill Belichick would use him right. I think he would.
I don't think – well, he's missing Tom Brady. I think that's the only problem.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, I think he could go to I imagine him in San Francisco because San Francisco, I think they have unlimited cap. I think Shanahan or even what's his name, my twin in Miami.
Mike McDaniel.
I think
McDaniel.
Yeah.
They call Claypool. What do they call Claypool? A vending machine?
Yeah.
Or a refrigerator or something. I don't know what they call him.
Miami hasn't won a game against a winning team though in what?
Bro,
2 years.
He's tall, he's fast, he's athletic. Unfortunately, he's just really bad at football. It's he has all the attributes and the keys. He just can't put it together.
Like Dorial Green Beckham, if you guys remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I remember that name.
I think he's in prison now.
Probably.
Yeah, he got arrested for a lot of drugs a year or so ago.
So there's this 7'6" kid out of IMG Academy in Sarasota, and he just committed to UF.
Yep.
Yeah, the only problem is when you watch him, he does not look like he's ever played basketball before.
No, he looks like the most unathletic dude on the planet. Yeah.
But he's 7'6", so and he actually has meat on him too. He's not
official measurements say he's 7'7" now.
7? Oh,
he's probably 7'5".
Yeah, he probably is. I mean, dude, in high school, I was 6 foot, 215 pounds, and I was 5'10", 5'11", 185.
Well, nobody's 5'11". Nobody's 5'11". You're either 5'10" or you're 6 foot.
I'm 6 foot.
All right. Well, let's segue here to the next game on the docket. The Houston Texans traveling to Cincinnati to play a red-hot Bengals team. Both teams are pretty banged up with some pretty big names. It'll be a lot easier to go down the Bengals list, but
I think we're going to have to spend a day on the Texans injury list.
Yeah, that might be a whole separate podcast, honestly. But Jamar Chase, a limited participant today. Sam Hubbard did not participate. Defensive tackle Josh Tupo, limited participant. Jalen Davis, full participant. Hakeem Davis-Gaither, the linebacker, limited. T. Higgins did not participate.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good. What'd you say?
Hakeem Davis-Gaither, chaotically intolerant alum.
Oh, really? Nice.
Heck yeah. Shout out.
Shouts. Charles Jones, full participant. Cam Taylor-Britt, full participant. So if T. Higgins and Jamar Chase don't go, that's going to make some of the Texans' injuries a little bit more palatable because it'll be 3 on number 5 or 6 on the depth chart. So,
and Rappaport said that it does look like Higgins is going to play.
That'd be
I think Jamar Chase is too.
Yeah.
I hope he's on my fantasy team.
Well, if they are playing, you need to start them. If they're not, then obviously don't. But here's the Texans injury report. And God, this is lengthy. 23 players, 21 of which are on the active roster. Will Anderson Jr., limited participant. Fullback Andrew Beck did not participate. Blake Cashman, limited participant. Kaimi Fairbairn did not participate. Jake Hansen, Brevin Jordan, Steven Nelson, Damian Pierce did not participate. Laramie Tunsil, he gets Wednesdays off. It's a rest day for him. Limited
well deserved.
Jimmy Ward did not participate. Robert Woods, limited participant. Nico Collins did not participate. Jonathan Grenard, limited participant. Henry To'o did not participate. George Fant, Titus Howard, full participants. J. Sanders, limited participant. Derek Stingley, Charlie Heck, Christian Harris, Josh Jones, John Mechie, and Sheldon Rankins, all for full participants. That is the entire list. Good Lord. A lot of skill players on that. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 safeties on IR right now. We've got 3 or 4 centers on IR right now. We've got 3 guards on injured reserve. We're banged up, to say the very least. But with the Cincinnati Bengals being a 6.5-point favorite, I'd probably take that, honestly. The over-under here is 46.5. The only thing that I think is going to make this game close is one Mr. CJ Stroud. Just this man's sheer undying will of trying to get a victory is the only thing that's going to keep this game close. The defense, if even half of those guys don't go, Doesn't even matter what half. If half of those guys don't go, who the hell is going to be playing? Right now, it looks like Shaq Griffin and Kadar Holman are going to be cornerbacks 1 and 2. Yeah, against Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. Does not sound like a great recipe for success.
It's gonna be a crazy good game.
Yeah.
Texans fans, they love Shaq Griffin, so we'll see that he's worth his salt this week, right?
Well, right? Yeah, they've started to turn on him after the 39-yard pass interference last week.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
blind motherfuckers.
Stupid. But I really don't give the Texans much hope in this one. There is some hope where maybe Joe Burrow just kind of like forgets how to football, but
it might happen.
Alex, I forgot about this, and I really wish you hadn't said that. But when you guys beat us last year, it's because Alec Pierce burnt the shit out of Shaq Griffin and caught a touchdown on him to win the game. That was on Shaq Griffin.
That was on Shaq.
Yes. I remember that now. That was on Shaq Griffin. Yes.
Alec Pierce going up top, baby.
I'd love to see Shaq Griffin covering Jamar Chase.
It's not going to be good.
I can't wait to see it, honestly.
It's not
even an injured Jamar Chase.
It's gonna be like those memes about the flag football in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch Jamar Chase go up against Shaq Griffin on a 9 route. It's like,
Shaq Griffin will struggle against like plumbers in like Lithuania.
Oh yeah,
Jesus. I'm gonna go with Cincinnati in this one. I'm gonna go Cincinnati 31, Houston 20. And that puts it over. The over-under is 46.5. And that covers the spread. But honestly, I mean, like if the Texans don't come out with like a visible fire as a team, it could be a lot worse than that. So anybody else?
I would actually take the under on this one. The reason why is because, the Bengals, they have a lot of injuries right now at the receiver core. So I think they're going to run the football a lot. And Joe Mixon's looking really good right now. He's looking like Joe Mixon. So I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I think they're going to control the clock. Really just keep the ball away from CJ Stroud because that dude is like red hot. If I was Zach Taylor, does he call the plays over in Cincinnati?
I assume.
Yeah. If I were him, I'd be real conservative. I'm running the football, throw when you have to. Really just keep the ball away from CJ Stroud. It's kind of a homecoming game for him. I know Cincinnati isn't really close to Columbus, but it's still Ohio. So I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I'd say probably like 21-10 Cincinnati. But with them scoring so low, that's not any shot at CJ Stroud. I just don't think he's going to have a lot of opportunities to really get in rhythm. I hope he does better because I'm starting him this week in fantasy. But I just don't see him getting a lot of opportunities. I think there's going to be a lot of clock control by Cincinnati, and they're really just going to try to run the damn ball.
Yeah.
So I think it could be a low-scoring game. And also with the Texans, there's just so many injuries on that team. Like it's kind of hard to ignore that. Like CJ Stroud, I think he can and probably will be a very great quarterback. Rookie of the year, pencil him in. But I just think there's gonna be a lot of bad things happening. In this game, and it's gonna be really out of his control.
When you've got a third of the active roster hurt,
hard to win games that way.
Actually, I guess it'd be more than a third, but
almost half.
Basically half, yeah.
Especially if you only dressed 46 for the game, something like that. 48,
48.
Yeah, 48 now because of the emergency QB. But yeah.
Wait, hold on. Have you guys signed another kicker?
Yeah, Matt Amendola.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that earlier. I was like,
I didn't bring it up.
I did good enough.
I was about to say they just sent Ogunbowale back out there.
Shit,
bro.
Incredible.
Bro needs to go into it. I mean, he was kicking it to like the 5-yard line on kickoffs. He needs to give up on being a running back and just start kicking footballs, dude.
He was the first person since Doug Flutie to be a non-kicker to kick a field goal.
Really?
No, Wes Welker did it.
When did Wes Welker do that?
That might have been an extra point.
Well after him.
The Cowboys had a safety that played kicker for them not long ago. I guess they didn't kick any field goals though, but
you might be an extra point. And I know
I think Ocho
Johnson
Cinco
will.
did it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was an extra point
extra point.
Yeah.
for sure. I think that was only in the preseason too.
But
I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor. I am not the NFL Hall of Fame over here. I don't have all the shoes just chilling to look at. But Isaiah,
we'll see. I think the Bengals are going to win this game pretty handily with the injuries and the fact that your starting cornerback is known for being burnt. You know, it's like you turn the toaster all the way up to the highest setting, and then you caught the toaster on fire on purpose. He's just really bad. Like, he's bad at football, and I don't know why Texans fans think he's all right. Like, he's in the right place at the right time a lot of times. But he gets burnt really bad. So I think that Jamar Chase and them are gonna have a field day. I can see him coming out aggressive early, like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, just hitting them for some good deep balls on him, and then getting up by 2 or 3 touchdowns, and then just giving Joe Mixon like 20 to 30 carries. But it's the
punt return.
Sorry, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
He made it. He got it. Oh, there's a flag. Damn. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's gonna be like 31-21. Bengals beat them. I think that CJ Stroud will still get some good ones in there, but it's going to be interesting.
Okay. Alex?
I mean, I thought the Bengals were going to win this game before I found out half the Texan team won't even be able to play. The Bengals are just so hot. I mean, I think they're really finding their footing. This is when they needed to. Burrow seems like he's good now with his calf. He was running a lot against San Francisco. He was running a lot last week. I don't remember who they even played last week, but I remember him running a lot. I mean, they're going to be one of the best teams in football. I think they can really hang with anybody. That Ravens game is going to be a big teller, but I would see it like 27-10 Bengals right now. Just Burrow is in his bag, I would say. And he just looks so sharp. And he's able to extend the play. And I think we kind of forgot how he was able to extend the play because at the beginning of the year, he wasn't able to move at all. But now they're really going to – this is also going to be one of those welcome to the NFL, I think, for CJ Stroud of like, hey, dude, you were doing really well, but this is the fucking Bengals. This is Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Wes Welker did kick a 29-yard field goal his rookie year in 2004.
Oh.
So he is the first non-quarterback to kick a field goal since Wes Welker in 2004.
Yeah, but Doug Flutie did it more recently.
Doug Flutie was born in 1962. He did not kick a field goal more recently than 2004.
Yeah, Flutie retired in the 90s.
No, he did not. He played – the last team he played for was the New England Patriots, and he did a pooch punt through the uprights for 3 points. I want to say it was like 2005 or 6.
That is the perfect Bill Belichick thing. Pooch punt through the uprights for a field goal.
Yeah, he's Doug Flutie was the last person to do a drop kick field goal.
I remember the drop kick. Yeah, 2005. Yeah, wow.
I remember the Brady punt.
He played 20 years in the NFL. That's crazy.
Yeah. He was in there for a minute because the Bears drafted him in the first round the year after the Super Bowl.
Wow. Oh, in 86?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he played like XFL or some shit like that year before that. Because there was some college thing with him.
Oh, USFL.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. He's also the quarterback that had the band on the field during the Hail Mary.
Oh, at Boston College and Miami? Was it Miami?
It's either Miami or like USC or something weird.
It was one of like BC's big like quote rivals. They always look good together when they're playing each other. The uniform combos are really good.
Yeah, maybe Miami then. But yeah.
It was not a field goal. It was an extra point. So that's what happened.
What?
The Doug Flutie one was a drop kick extra point.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Fair.
So you are technically correct, the best kind of correct, but I just wanted to make sure because I looked it up and it was like the last person to make an actual drop kick field goal was in like 1937.
Okay.
And then I saw the
Patriots
thing.
still suck though.
It was just the most recent drop kick, but yeah, the actual field goal was like 1937. That's crazy to me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't understand why that doesn't happen more often. You would think you'd get more distance on it. Anyway, not the point.
go Jags. That's the point.
Let's get to this final game. It's a
Yeah.
big one. This is a battle of the big boys right now. Coming on the other side here of the halfway mark of the season. The 49ers traveling across the country to Jacksonville, where they have a 3-point favorite and a 45.5-point over-under. Glitter Kitty Tamer, take it away.
Banner says it all.
Let's say Duval sucks. I can't see what it says underneath it.
It should be a good week. I think that Chase Young being added over there is going to definitely pose a little bit of a threat if he can stay healthy. Nick Bosa is healthy and good to go. They said Debo was a full participant this week, so he's going to be back. Christian McCaffrey looks like he's going to be playing too. He's good again. Like, he's not even on the injury report from what I saw. Their O-line's getting healthier. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I think that, we're getting some key players back. We haven't had Andre Sisco for a couple of weeks. Tyson Campbell's expected to play. Walker Little is also coming back and starting at left guard. And then we have Ezra Cleveland now as a backup in case anybody goes down. ETN's been looking good this season. So hopefully with a couple more people in front of him on the line, we'll be able to, run some balls down some throats. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, brother. And yes, I mean it's gonna be a good game. I'm not going. I like I said, I sold the tickets. Unfortunately, I know. I needed the money more than I needed the game, unfortunately. So, it's gonna be a good one though. I'm really excited. I'll be, of course, watching that one. My girlfriend's gonna be mad at me because I'll be up at 8:30 watching the Colts game and then not going to church and watching the rest of football for the rest of the day. So, you're not watching, but sorry, babe, not really. Go Gators, go Jags, go football. I don't care.
Go football.
Yeah,
Go football.
Go football. That's
everything. That's something we can all agree on.
Literally, like any day of the week, if there's football, like I'm watching. I really do think it's gonna be a good matchup, though. I think some people are trying to act like Jacksonville hasn't had any real tests yet because they're trying to like blame the Bills game on jet lag, and they're trying to say the Saints are awful, and they got beat by the Texans and the Chiefs in week 2 and 3. I mean, the Chiefs barely beat us. The Texans, I mean, they beat the shit out of us, but it is what it is. I think this is a big one. If we win this game, I mean, they're really gonna have to. It's gonna silence a lot of people. If we lose this game, they're going to talk about how Jacksonville's just not that good. And you know what? At the end of the day, if we come out there and put a respectable performance against probably, honestly, when healthy, the best team, if not like a top 3 team in the league, I'll be happy with it. I see this one being potentially more high scoring than the defenses might let on. I do have Jacksonville winning this one. I'm going to say Jacksonville 28, San Francisco 21. I think there's going to be like 5+ turnovers in total in this game.
Okay.
Fuck the Niners, Jag by 50. No, I'm kidding.
I saw the banner down there.
Yeah, that's what I played it for the first little bit till you changed it.
I didn't even notice. That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I said look at the banner.
What was your score prediction?
28 Jags, San Fran 21. We're going to send them and their aides back to San Fran.
Heard?
Oh, yeah. I almost want to root for the Jags now because of that joke.
Blake, take it away.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, sorry. DJ Moore. I thought he was going to get that.
I know. That was a good
I
throw.
sat DJ Moore tonight.
Starting. I got Chuba Hubbard starting. I got Deontay Foreman starting.
I picked up
starting. It's a big game for me fantasy.
I picked up the Bears defense. I had the Colts and I dropped them for the Bears.
I did. I picked up the Bears too. I was fucking pissed that punt stood.
All right, but with this one, I do have San Francisco winning, but I don't feel great about it, honestly, just because they just haven't looked like San Francisco as of late. I don't know what their issue is. I just watch them on Red Zone, so I don't really watch every game of theirs. It seems like Purdy just quit learning how to play football. Dude was on like a 12-game win streak or something and just keeps dropping games. He's never throwing it to Kittle. Him and Ayuk, like he tries to force the ball to Ayuk a lot, and it's just a lot of times it just doesn't land. I don't know what's going on there. Christian McCaffrey, so he's going to get a touchdown. I think it's been like 17, 18 games straight. If they want to win, they're going to have to run the damn ball. I mean, you're going to have to give it to Christian McCaffrey, whether on screens, hand the ball off. I think they could do well. I do think Jacksonville is going to really put up a fight. Coming off a bye week, I think ETN is one of the better running backs in the NFL this year. I don't really believe in Trevor Lawrence. He's not having a great year, and he has been turning the ball over a lot. So I expect him to kind of clean some stuff up. But it wouldn't shock me if he turns the ball over twice, maybe a fumble and a pick. I just think this could be San Francisco's kind of get-right game. But this could really go either way. I'm going with San Francisco. I don't even know a score prediction because it could be really high or it could be really low, depending on if those offenses click. If the offenses click and they start scoring early in the first quarter, I think it could be a 30, 38, 31 game, San Francisco. Or if the offenses don't get going, potentially like a 21-17 game, San Francisco. I got San Francisco regardless.
No. Give me one score. Just give me a score. Gun to your head.
I want to see some points. Let's do the 34-31. I want to see some points.
All right. That's definitely over. Hell yeah. Alex?
I agree with Blake on I'm not super confident in San Francisco. I think they were missing a lot of guys too. Have they said if Trent Williams is going to play yet?
I don't know, but I feel like he has to.
I think
I might switch my pick on this one later too.
But I mean, they're getting a lot of big injuries back. I think Debo's the big one. You really need to have that three-headed monster of Ayuk, McCaffrey, and Debo, and I mean, really a four-headed when you add in Kittle. But just on those like three skill players, that's so important.
Is Debo officially coming back this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how much
he is set. Williams started practicing today, so there's a chance he's limited. There's a chance he will, but
Hurts said it's an away game across the country too.
Yeah. Thank God we're not going to them this time. I
think I really think that Purdy is really listening to a lot of the shit that's being said. I believe in Purdy. I mean, it takes, obviously he has all these weapons, but it still takes a special guy to make the right decisions.
Yeah,
on where to go with the ball. And you watch the games. Anytime I hear people say, "Oh, he's not good," I mean, you got to see some of the throws this kid's made. I mean, they're not. I mean, he set records over at Iowa State. Like, it's not like he's just some scrub they pulled off the street and plugged in. The kid's good. He played at a smaller school, so he didn't get as much, love from other teams. But I think he's going to take a lot of it personally in a good sense. He's going to return back to his form. I mean, he didn't look bad in their last game against Cincinnati anyways. I didn't think he looked that bad. He was okay. I mean, he wasn't winning material, obviously, but he was better. And I think the bye week is big. They can kind of get that monkey off their back of, we lost 3 straight. I think that, Shanahan's a good coach. He can coach him up enough where he can tell him, listen, don't worry. Like, we lost 3 straight. Who gives a shit? It's a new week. Especially we had the bye to recover, to change things up. And on the Jags side, from what I've seen from Trevor Lawrence, he makes a lot of really dumb turnover decisions. Just things that you wouldn't expect out of like an elite quarterback. I think he needs like one more year, which I feel like we've said that a lot with him, but I really think it is like the one more year thing. Next year, I think the Jags are going to be like over the fucking top. I really didn't think this year they were going to be there yet. I knew they would win the division. I didn't think they were going to be that good. I mean, they're 6-2, which is still pretty damn good.
I've said it myself. The Jags aren't a Super Bowl team this year, personally.
No. I mean, they're definitely a good football team, but I just don't think it's this year yet. That's why I think the Niners are going to win. The Niners, I mean, you really think about it. They've been there like every year in like the last 3-4 years, and they still can't get it done. They got to get it done at some point. And I think this is just such a good team, especially you get Chase Young, and, he'll probably be limited. Is he even playing on Sunday? Or is he going to be limited?
Chase Young?
Yeah.
Probably already torn a ligament.
That's a good point.
So sad. I love that guy coming out of college, man. I'm rooting for him.
He was so good.
I loved him. Even his rookie year, man. I feel bad for the guy. I hope he balls out in San Francisco.
Yeah. He'll probably be limited even if he's like full, they'll have him limited over there just because they know what he is. I think you already know, but I think a part of a lot of injury stuff like Stafford, just change of scenery. McCaffrey especially. I mean, McCaffrey's been hurt once since he's gone to San Francisco, right? And it was like something kind of minor.
Yeah,
and he was with Carolina. He was getting hurt every other week. So
yeah.
I think
Something in the water.
They condition really well over in San Francisco. So,
and I don't even think he's missed a game. I think he just got hurt, but he didn't miss a game.
Oh, well, that's even better. Then.
Yeah, even better. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chase Young, it does say that he's expected to play, but he might be on a snap count just depending on how much he's actually picked up the defense. But says he is expecting to play.
Yeah, I would assume it'd be limited. So I'm gonna go for the kind of definitely under on points. I don't think this is gonna be a big shootout. I think both defenses are pretty good. I think the Niners are going to come out slow, really sluggish, and people are still going to think, oh man, this Niners team isn't it. And then they'll maybe hit it in the second half. So I would say like 24, I'll give it 24-20. So we're right at the line right there. We're getting real close. A lot of people will have their hearts broken, I think.
Yes. Or their wallet, but
yeah.
Whichever one hurts.
Wallet is attached to your heart if you're a gambler. So
yeah, I am also going with San Francisco, only because they finally have all of the Infinity Gauntlet pieces back together.
Me against the world.
It is you against the world. I like a lot of what San Francisco does. I like their defense. I like the offense is kind of built around making the quarterback have a lot less pressure on him in a X's and O's kind of sense, not necessarily like quarterback pressures. They just it's kind of like the way the University of Tennessee does it. It's
get the ball to your best players.
Do what?
Just get the ball to your best players.
I mean, yeah, and they have a lot of best players. So, and they're all back. They're all spring chickens at this point. So, yeah, I'm going San Francisco. I'm going under, but this is going to be a close game, in my opinion. I think 20-17. And that's under. I think that's a pretty respectable score on both ends. Holding the Jags to only 17 is an accomplishment, and holding San Francisco to just 20 is also an accomplishment. Because they both have a fair amount of firepower. It's just a matter of I really guess the momentum of everybody playing, because the Jags are the 49ers also coming off a bye?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So two teams coming off a bye, both had a week to prepare for each other. Could get.
Are they wearing throwbacks? No. The Jags? No
they're
throwbacks?
Not. No, they're wearing all teal with black socks. No, and like I said in the beginning of the year, like whenever they said or when they show the graphic for the 49ers, like the old Jags logo, I was like, we're gonna see, because LaFavre USA, or how the fuck you say their name, we teamed up with them and they made some like a throwback collection. But then when they were doing the photo shoot for the throwback collection, like earlier in the week, he had a like modern Jags jersey on top of like an old Jags sweater. And I was like, okay, so that confirms we're not wearing throwbacks. And then they announced it yesterday.
So
wearing
annoying.
teal on black.
That is annoying. Because when I was at the Colts game, I think that might have been their next home game, because it was 7, 8.
It was.
Probably had 2 away games and then the bye. They had the throwback. I was like, all right, well, I'll probably watch that game and enjoy the unis. And they just took it away from us. It's disgusting. Can't believe they would do that.
Yeah.
Got to get somebody to Jags games somehow, right?
Also, too, one thing I'll say about Trevor Lawrence's numbers, because people keep on saying like he doesn't have big numbers this year. I mean, ETN's been playing really well, and the Jaguars have not been playing aggressive when they get up by 2 scores like other teams have. Like, there's a couple games we could have scored more points, but we just kind of just started running the ball up the middle and like getting Bigsby and getting Dearness Johnson some reps. And honestly, I don't need Trevor Lawrence to have an MVP season because how many MVPs win the Super Bowl in the same year? I just want him to have a good season, and I want ETN to go off. But yeah, it's been kind of annoying though watching us just sit back and prevent, like we talked about on the reaction, just sit back and prevent defense when we're up by 2 scores and just have Trevor and them go out and throw 1-yard passes and handoffs. It's like just be aggressive, go score more points.
Yeah, I know he's. I mean, obviously he's a great quarterback, and I don't really care about the numbers. I've just seen some of his turnovers, and they're like boneheaded turnovers.
The one last week was definitely boneheaded, yeah.
And it's like that. That's what really kind of gets me away. I'm like, ugh, I don't, because against like bad teams, you can survive those, but against teams like the Niners, like they exploit every turnover. They'll turn that into points, and in games, these close games, I mean, points are at a premium. So you really can't have boneheaded turnovers.
All right. Well, I think that's a good spot to go ahead and wrap it up for this evening. Gentlemen, I want to go ahead and thank all of you for coming on and talking about your favorite teams. I want to thank all of you for watching. As I mentioned at the top of the program, go ahead and hit the like button. It's the one that's shaped like this. For those who don't know, hit the button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Oh, he's got firework displays going on behind.
And show a friend, too.
Yeah, please show a friend.
What just happened?
I don't know. He just had like fireworks go off behind him. That was dope.
No way.
That's awesome.
Oh, mine doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Can we all do it? Is that a thing?
Come on, do the thing.
Do
He's doing something.
He's got the witchcraft or something. But yeah, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're currently at 374 at the time of this recording. And if you guys could help us get further along in that'd be great. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new content. Folks, be good people.
I'm just trying to do it too. I can't do it.